So this week, a big announcement from the mayor of New York City came. He says if a first responder comes across someone on the city's streets who is experiencing homelessness and showing signs of severe mental illness, they can and should get them to a hospital, even if that person doesn't want to go. The New York City mayor says that's even if they're not even at risk of harming themselves or anyone else. He claims the city has a moral obligation to help them. But is that the way to go about this? Sammy's on the show tonight, and she took that question to people here in Minnesota who work with our unsheltered population every day. Hey, Sammy.
Jana, I spoke to mental health outreach teams here in the metro that work with people who are homeless on a daily basis. They told me they pretty much need full consent from that person to take them to a hospital or crisis center. They say those requirements help protect the rights of those individuals, but can also serve as barriers.
The people who help those struggling on the streets say there's a good and bad to a new New York City homeless rule.
It's kind of a double-edged sword.
Jill Wiedemann West is the CEO of People Incorporated. They connect homeless individuals in Minneapolis and St. Paul with a number of resources, including mental health treatment.
I think it's a very serious thing when we take away someone's liberty and say, I'm going to do something with you, to you, against your will. That said, mental illness is significant, and it has a significant effect on people's ability to, in many cases, know what's best for them.
According to the 2018 Minnesota Homeless Study by the Wilder Foundation, 64% of homeless adults have a serious mental illness.
Unless there is truly that imminent danger, it's very hard to make that call. And in Minnesota, in all honesty, the bar for transportation against someone's will is quite significant.
So outreach teams can't take people to a shelter or hospital without their consent.
We work with people for years before they have a trusting relationship with their outreach worker. Choosing to take away their liberty, I think, is a big deal.
She says trust is the biggest challenge, but it's also the most important thing to have when getting someone the help they need.
If someone doesn't want to talk to us or doesn't trust us, we're not going to move forward in any way that is helpful for the individual.
Emily Bashton is the vice president of Ending Homelessness for Avivo. They also have outreach teams in the metro.
My initial reaction was, you've got to be kidding me.
She says a good way to destroy trust is taking someone against their will.
I mean, people are their own caregivers. They have, a right to make their own choices. Forcing someone to do something does not work for children or adults. And so when we work with people that are experiencing unsheltered homelessness, the first thing we have to do is build a relationship and build trust.
So there are a lot of questions being raised about New York City's new rules. Officials said that they will be training responders to, quote, ensure compassionate care, but the rules are still being defined as we speak. Jana.
Sounds like something that's not going to happen here, according to experts you talked to, Sammy.
Yeah, that's right. They pretty much tell us that they don't think that's realistic here, but crazier things have happened.
All right, thanks so much.